This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Gun balls out in the lobby yard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi.
Hello
If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 212. My name's Adam Patterson. Joining me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing there, Kevin?
You're good.
Also got Ryan Holes. How are you?
Pretty good.
Nice. Good to hear.
Everyone's doing well.
We're
Fantastic.
all doing well. What movie do we have you watch this week?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Picked this in honor of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, I think it's called, coming out this week. This is the 2014 one, so we had you watch the new one.
Oh, shit.
This is directed by Jonathan Liebesman. I have a synopsis here. When a kingpin threatens New York City, a group of mutated turtle warriors must emerge from the shadows to protect their home. Now, if the sequel is called Out of
I
the
was
Shadows...
just gonna say, it sounds like they already came out of the shadows.
Yes.
They have already emerged.
Maybe they just failed. They failed to emerge from the shadows in this one.
Is this new one a do-over?
It must be. It must be. This stars Megan Fox and Will Arnett and William Fichtner. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Everyone nails her for her. And she sees some things happening at a shipyard, but she's not sure what it is. And she just sees symbols everywhere, but nothing, like, no really. She sees human beings, but she didn't see the whole thing. She eventually makes her way up to a rooftop where there's noise, and she looks over and briefly sees the turtles, and they go away shortly after. And she does some more investigating and finally figures out that when she was a child, her dad was a scientist who worked with, I can't think of his name. Certain name who won this movie.
Tony Shalhoub.
No,
Danny Woodburn.
I don't know who that is.
Whoopi Goldberg. Abby Elliott.
No,
Madison Mason.
no,
Johnny Knoxville.
no.
Damn it.
Alright, so anyway, this guy who is he's the head of Shredder, and he recruits Shredder. She finds out that when they were younger, or when she was younger, her dad worked in a lab with this mutation and tried to create these turtles and this rat. And apparently her dad figured out all the evil things that were happening and tried to show the whole operation in. And this guy ended up killing him. And she saved the turtles and put them in a sewer before they were actually grown. They were still like little turtles and a rat. So they go up, and apparently for some reason, Splinter teaches himself martial arts, and then also teaches it to them. And they're fighting slight crime throughout there, nothing major. And then all of a sudden, Shredder and this evil doctor try to kidnap them so that he can extract the mutation out of their blood, because he's gonna unleash a virus on New York City and then save the day so everyone will think he's a hero. And they go to this radio tower in the middle of New York City where Shredder and this evil doctor are playing the source of the world and playing to unleash it and they get a fight in the roof. Eventually, the turtles beat Shredder and gonna save the day, and everyone lives forever.
All right, so what did you think of this?
I hate it.
Oh no.
I hate Megan Fox. I hate that all the voices, like Michelangelo, is somewhat tolerable because he kind of sounded similar to the way he used to when I was a kid. But Donatello and Johnny Knoxville and Raphael, they didn't sound as Splinter. Their voices didn't match their bodies. No, some have different.
I love the idea of
It's what I was here, so.
voices.
I understand what you mean.
Voices not matching the body of a giant rat. There's a certain voice that goes with a giant sewer rat.
Well, when I was a kid, his voice was like real deep and real, I guess you call it menacing.
Splinter?
Not menacing. Maybe, I don't know how you would describe his voice.
But what you're saying is
He sounded like a wise master is what he sounded like.
Yeah.
But not Tony Shalhoub.
No, not Monk.
Does Tony Shalhoub do a voice, or is it just Tony Shalhoub's voice?
Oh, we should watch Tony Shalhoub.
I think he does the voice of his character from Wings.
I believe this.
Cab driver.
Why didn't they just get Danny Woodburn to provide the voice? That would have been interesting.
I'm not so sure that would have worked.
I would have loved it. It would have made him a lot more sense. New York sewer rat, Tony Shalhoub.
So, now, were you a fan of the Turtles as a kid? I take it you were.
What kind of fucking question is that?
Yeah.
So
newfangled shit.
So it didn't make you feel nostalgia.
No.
For the classic Turtles.
Did it ruin your childhood?
There was way too many. There was way too much CGI.
Yeah. I saw this when it was in theaters, and there was a whole lot of CG going on in this movie. I mean,
I'd imagine.
Produced by Michael Bay, so naturally you're gonna have a lot of ridiculous shit happening.
It totally feels like Michael Bay, like a Transformers type movie.
Transmorphers.
Yeah.
One thing that just pissed me off so much about this, that just put a bad taste in my mouth from the beginning, was the fact that Megan Fox is playing April O'Neil. So they turn April O'Neil, who's a strong female character in the Turtles series, and turn her into basically just a sex symbol. Like that's it. Like she uses her sexiness to get what she wants.
And Michelangelo, throughout the entire movie, he hits on her like he did back when I watched it. So that was kind of cool. But that's where it all ended.
It ended with the one giant mutant turtle hitting on the girl.
Yes.
That's what brought back the memories.
What did you think?
Did you guys both seeing this? Did it ruin your childhood? Like, have you been able to cope since?
It ruined my childhood. I'm just disregarding it totally.
It didn't ruin my childhood either. Because it was just, I don't know. I just didn't care. Like if it came really close after like the cartoons and stuff when I was a kid, maybe it would have ruined it for me, but this far removed from being a fan of the Turtles, it just wasn't that big of a deal. It would have been awesome if the movie was really good.
Got you amped up for the Turtles again?
Yeah, and it had the potential to like rekindle my fandom of the Ninja Turtles, but it didn't do that. And it's not a big deal to me because it's not like I kept up with the comic books. I mean, I heard that the new run of comics is quite good, because they went back to sort of their indie roots. I think the IDW picked them up, and I heard that the books are really good. But the like newer cartoons that were on Nickelodeon, I believe, I never got into those. I thought that the one series that they did that was like the CG one looked really bad. Like I just couldn't stand the animation, which I didn't watch a single episode of it because of that. But yeah, I didn't really care. It was a shitty movie. I expected it to be pretty bad, and I was met with those expectations. It's got a 31% on Metacritic.
Ooh.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 22%. So, yeah. What'd you think of the action scenes? Because that's obviously the biggest part of this is the action.
They were okay. It was, like I said, it was too much CGI. And the entire time, I was rooting that everybody will get her ass kicked. Because I really don't like Megan Fox.
What'd you think about the design of the turtles themselves? Because that was one of the big criticisms when the marketing material for this movie first started coming out, and you saw what the turtles looked like. Because they look quite different than in the cartoons or the other movies even. Because they have teeth, first of all, in this one. I don't know if they had teeth in the other ones or not, actually. But I remember that was like one thing.
It looks like their heads are way too small for their bodies.
Yeah, they tried to make them look more like turtles, if turtles were amorphous. You know, they tried to give them more turtle-like qualities than in the other movies and the cartoons, and in the comic books, too.
It looks like in the cartoons they had teeth as well.
Did they? Okay. I digress. I don't remember that, but...
They don't show up often. Once a blue moon, they got them teeth.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, I wasn't a big fan of the design of the new turtles. They just look kind of weird. Like their noses were more pronounced, like their nostrils.
The way the bandanas sit on their heads is weird, very odd.
Yeah.
Like, was it Raphael? His bandana is like his entire head.
It's a do-rag. He's basically wearing a do-rag.
But
it has
then
two holes in it.
Michelangelo's is a normal covering bandana. I just hated it.
Just hated everything about it.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this one either. Let's talk about the director, Jonathan Liebesman. So he, in addition to directing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, directed Wrath of the Titans, which I heard was bad, Battle Los Angeles, which I heard was bad, The Killing Room. What is that? What is The Killing Room? From 2009. Looks like some sort of thriller with the Chloe Savini? Yeah. Nick Cannon?
That must be a good one if Nick Cannon's in it.
Yeah, probably not. But Shea Wiggum's in it. Peter Stormare. Timothy Hutton. Interesting. That's pretty much it. Oh, he did Darkness Falls, too. I remember that. That was the horror movie that was pretty bad, if I remember correctly. And he also did Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, which was absolutely atrocious.
So he's got a good track record here.
Yep.
Churning out shit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's probably why I believe he did not direct the new one.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think about Jonathan Liebesman, Ryan? You a fan of his body of work?
I don't think I've seen that many. I like Into the Dark.
Oh, yeah?
But
that's not one of the movies that he directed, so... No, I said Darkness Falls.
Ryan knows that. He just wanted to throw that out there. He likes that movie.
I heard Darkness. I was reading something. I heard Darkness.
His mind is elsewhere.
But that wasn't even... You said Into the Dark.
Yeah.
So I didn't even say...
I heard the word dark.
He couldn't even hear. Not only was he couldn't hear the entire title, he couldn't even hear the entirety of one of the words in the title.
Oh, God. All right. Well, let's go ahead and give you a drum roll for this thing, Ryan. What do you give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
3.
That's a 3 out of 10. Now, where does this stack up with the other Turtle movies for you?
Fucking stupidly.
Stupidly. Okay.
Yes.
Did you see the animated one that came out a few years prior to this? The one that was just called TMNT?
And did not.
That one wasn't half bad. It was okay. Now, it should be noted that all of the Turtle movies have rotten scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Every single one of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't think,
but see, honestly, I don't think, as ridiculous as it is, I think that it is possible to make something good out of it.
I mean,
I think you can make something fun and well made up.
I think you can make something fun and something worthwhile. I don't know if that's a movie, though. Like, I don't know if you can make a movie out of it.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's going to take a special, like, team of people.
What if like Werner Herzog directed a TMNT movie? You gotta get somebody crazy, because it's such a crazy concept to begin with.
I would watch the shit out of it.
Or David Lynch or Lars von Trier.
Get like P.T. Anderson to do it.
Oh man,
like,
that'd be crazy.
4 hours long, and you could have backstories for all 4 turtles.
That'd be funny.
It'd be great.
Yeah. So the lowest rated Turtles movie is actually the new one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, with 17%.
Right.
I take it you're not into seeing this new one, right?
Nope.
I gotta say, like, one thing that I appreciate about the new one, and I'm sure it's going to be a train wreck, is that they finally brought in some of the characters from the cartoon, other than, the main Turtles and Splinter and Shredder. Like, that. Bebop and Rocksteady are in this one. Krang is in this one. Tyler Perry is playing Baxter Stockman.
Tyler Perry, was he a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles foe?
Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah. So that has a 17% currently. That'll probably change after it opens this weekend. The next lowest rated one is hold on, I don't know what TMNT got because it's not listed on here. TMNT got a 34%. Part 3 from 1993 got a 21. The original one got a 40, and the second one got a 33. And then this one that you just watched got a 22. So not very good all around, I would say.
But yet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles still persevere.
Because they make a lot of money. I mean, the kids love it. Kids love that series. I'm amazed that the Turtles did not die with our generation once we got, into our teen years and grew out of it.
Well, there's a lot of people in our generation that still haven't grown up yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting I think that's like a broader topic, that our generation is like the nostalgia generation. I mean, that's why you have, these old TV shows and old movies and things being rebooted and remade and new sequels and all of that stuff, because we just feed off of nostalgia.
But I will say that, I mean, my nephews are into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's still around. It's still a thing.
What's not like? I mean, they're turtles. They got weapons.
Yeah.
They fight crime, and they love pizza. Like, how do you not relate to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's silly. It's fun. I mean, if you go back and watch the cartoons, the original cartoons, you will be like, how in the fuck did I ever like this? This is the worst. Because I saw some clips on YouTube of the original show, and it is so bad.
I'm sure it is.
But man, I loved it. I had them on. They came out with episodes on VHS, and it was like such a rip-off looking back. But it would be like 3 or 4 episodes on a VHS tape that you could buy.
I really wish that we had like our parents on right now, that we could talk to them about this and just what their thoughts were back at that time.
Well, I could tell you, my parents would say that I was absolutely obsessed with it. I was in the Turtle fan club.
But I'm also just wondering, like, what were their thoughts, like, buying those VHS tapes and spending that money? They're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they probably were. They probably did it begrudgingly, or they just did it to keep you out of their hair for a little while you watch the tapes. Because that's really all it is, right? It's just like a babysitter.
That is true.
Yeah.
And even the Game Boy games and the Nintendo games.
I had the one for Nintendo. Ooh, it was so brutal. The Turtles game for Nintendo. That one level where you're underwater and you have to defuse the bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Rocked my. I could never beat it.
But that arcade game,
fucking awesome.
Oh, the arcade game, still amazing. That game holds up, like because they re-released it on Xbox 360 a few years back, and it held up. Like it still looks good
because it's a fun ass game to play with friends.
And
that's what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is all about. It's all about friends.
Actually, that reminds me. There's a toy company, the NECA, NECA. They do like figures and stuff. They're releasing the figures for the game. Like so they're figures based on the arcade game.
Yeah. And
they look freaking awesome.
I'm
trying to find pictures of them, but I can't. But they look so good.
The only way I would see the new one is if we find out Megan Fox gets slaughtered.
Well, God, Jesus.
It sounds like it all comes down to Megan Fox. That's the real issue with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's not the CGI.
No, it's a little CGI. I really don't like her. No, or anything.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I want to see her get slaughtered, but she doesn't do that movie any favors. That's for sure.
Well, I'm not like wishing physical bombs on her.
You're saying you don't like her. Right. You're saying you want the character.
Yeah.
You would like to see the character get killed, not actually Megan Fox, just to set the record straight.
And I won't see her the rest of the movie.
I understand.
You can't run enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. Ryan, do you have any final thoughts on the new Turtle movies?
Just give up.
Just give up. That's the best final thought. Just give up.
I like the build up to it too. It's a deep breath and exhale while saying, just give up.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse, and consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes. My name's Adam Patterson, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.